Buddha vs Zeus has almost happened 3 times in the story so far. First was after the clash of Loki and Buddha, which involved Loki calling out Buddha for potentially being a traitor, also featuring the lucky gods and a few humans. This was in chapter 35. After everyone left apart from Odin, Zeus and Buddha, we see Zeus kinda threaten him, giving Buddha this look, with the response of course them laughing together, and Buddha saying pretty much he does what he wants and he's the only one who tells him what to do. The next occurrence was after Shiva vs Raiden ended. We see Zeus approach Buddha, who I guess was just vibing underneath a tree, chapter 43 for reference, but we see Zeus requesting Buddha to fight for the gods next in round 6, and Buddha questioning him about why he wants to destroy humanity so much, of course resulting in Zeus's intense face to come out again and his aura going everywhere, giving us this panel of the stare-off. If you were to give this panel to someone without any knowledge of the series or what's going on, they would definitely guess they're about to throw hands, but Buddha hugs Zeus and goes and does something even more wild. He betrays the gods and fights for humanity. As such, we get the third situation of them two almost fighting, something that hasn't occurred in the anime thus far. All the gods are absolutely pissed. We see Zeus come down to the arena and we get this panel. Zeus wants to fight again and Buddha wouldn't mind going up against Zeus. So as we know, this sadly didn't happen, but what if it did? Who was stronger? As such, who would have actually won? I'll break this down for everyone watching, so make sure you're subscribed. I'm pushing for 100k this year, it's greatly appreciated. The first thing to really break down is Zeus's time manipulation versus Buddha's future vision. Zeus, according to these panels, has expert control over all of time, and his attack is labelled as a fist that surpasses time. If you look what happens in the manga and anime, it looks like Zeus freezes time while he can move freely through it and attack his opponent. Will Buddha's future vision help him counter this attack? When you put everything down on paper of what's being presented to us throughout the series, I don't think it will. The way Brynhilde describes the ability is that Buddha can see the soul of people, and in the Ragnarok world, the soul moves before the physical body. Buddha sees the soul moving, as such he'll know what his opponent's going to do. But if Zeus is freezing time, Buddha won't see really anything. Unless of course Buddha can see extremely far into the future, which isn't really what's being provided in the series. For example, Brynhilde claims that he can only see a moment ahead. This moment ahead may allow Buddha to know the fist is coming, but would it allow him to work out a way to counter it? Even if he does know it's coming, what could Buddha actually do to counter it in that quick instant? That's really my question for everyone watching. What do you think he could do if he does know it's coming, but doesn't really have any time whatsoever to react? I personally think he can't do anything. Zeus uses the fist that surpasses time and then pretty much beats up Buddha. However, something else to mention that may have a major role if these two were to fight is Buddha's 6-realm staff. According to the story, the staff transforms based on his emotions. The speed in which it transforms isn't really known. Of course, it could be just manga panel pacing where it seems like it's longer than normal. Let's pretend Buddha knows the fist that surpasses time is coming. We could potentially see his emotions react beforehand. Perhaps the shield comes out and is able to block it. But looking at how Zeus moves around when he exerts control over all time, I don't really think that will do too much. It should be just Zeus goes to the side of Buddha and then lands the attack like that. I don't think it really will have a major factor in this fight. Just something to mention that may have some impact early on in the fight, but won't really be a way for Buddha to actually win it in my opinion. Let's be very generous and say due to Buddha's confidence in fighting Zeus that he's shown in the series, he can for some reason counter this ability or stalemate it in some regard. I don't think it's really likely, but let's pretend it can. Zeus can also do the following. He can enter his Adamas transformation, which according to this panel has strikes that are labeled as unavoidable and one-hit kills. But it isn't really just that. Zeus can spam all of his techniques in this Adamas form, which includes the fist that surpasses time. So technically in this transformation, Zeus has a fist that surpasses time that is unavoidable and a one-hit kill according to the manga. If you add all this together, what can Buddha really do to deal with this? The only reason Adam was able to deal with this version of Zeus is because his eyes of the Lord are absolutely broken, and for some unknown reason, the story didn't even know how to explain it. It was just like, oh yeah, somehow Adam was able to do this. He was able to surpass the fist that surpasses time, copy it, and send his own attack back while time is stopped. So Adam just built different with his eyes. Buddha won't be able to replicate something like this, and I truly believe he just gets beat up. I'm a Buddha fan. People even call me a Buddha fanboy in like my video talking about Shiva vs Buddha. I don't really like Zeus that much, but looking at everything, Zeus this pretty much destroys him. Like, you can't really argue against it. Even if you look at Buddha's transformation alongside Zero with that volume, yes, we had the panel claiming that this could potentially be the strongest divine weapon, but once again, what's he going to do if Zeus enters his Adamas form, uses a fist that surpasses time that is unavoidable and a one-hit kill? So what's he going to do? Tank it? Maybe Adam was technically able to tank blows from this version of Zeus. Maybe Buddha has more durability and the claim of a one-hit kill isn't really accurate. And once again, you could bring up all these situations of Buddha being confident in fighting Zeus, which may mean they're around the same speed. As when writing the manga, there wouldn't really be a point of adding the same like 0.00 speed things for like every fight. Zeus vs Adam was the second fight in the series, show that these gods and humans are crazy fast, and then I guess assume the audience will understand that the rest of the fights are following a similar thing. That is one way to look at it. Very flimsy, yes, but maybe you view the story that way. Let me know down below. This is pretty much backed up by Buddha's confidence. That's really all we have for that. But based on the abilities, techniques, and what's being shown in the series, when you put it on paper, Zeus defeats Buddha. But based on story and narrative portrayal, you could say it's either way. But for the sake of the video and what's being shown in the story, I believe Zeus is the victor of this match. Maybe if these two actually fought in the series, we could have seen Zeus pull out his divine weapon, as these panels kind of imply Zeus does have a weapon, but he doesn't really like using it. It isn't his preferred fighting style, but that's just a little theory for now with subtle implications here and there. It would have been interesting to see, but that's pretty much everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Check out all the other stuff in the description. Subscribe if you haven't already, and shout out to the Mad Lads who support the channel via the Patreon. But that's it guys, peace.